is CTV News.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Travis Fortnum. A troubling week on Windsor streets. 4 pedestrians hit in separate incidents. 2 of them hit and runs, and police now searching for answers. The first collision happened around 1:30 Tuesday afternoon on Reginald Street. Police say a pedestrian was walking toward Ford Boulevard and was hit by a red pickup truck. The driver did not stop or check on the victim before leaving the area. The victim's injuries are considered survivable. Then, around 7 p.m., a pedestrian in the crosswalk at Wyandotte and Wellington was struck by a left-turning vehicle. Police say the driver was caught on camera, having pulled over to check on the woman, but they left before officers arrived. The suspect vehicle is a dark-colored SUV, and the driver was wearing an orange reflective vest. And last night, 2 pedestrians were sent to hospital after being hit by a plow truck downtown. Police say it happened around 10 p.m. at Erie and Olette. A pickup truck with a snowplow attachment struck 2 people in the crosswalk, sending them to hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. The driver stayed on scene and was ticketed for making an unsafe turn. And with these incidents and with winter weather settling in, Windsor police are urging drivers to slow down. The service says nearly 130 collisions have already been reported this week in Windsor and Amherstburg. The traffic unit is reminding drivers to leave extra space and clear snow and ice off your windows and lights and avoid sudden braking. Officers also say to make sure your tires are winter ready, that is, and never drive distracted or impaired. And while Windsor's police service has a new chief, the board is just beginning its hunt for a new deputy chief. The board has tasked the same 3-person committee that hired the new chief to now lead the deputy chief search. Board Chair Joanne Geniak says internal applicants will be encouraged, but the process will also look outside the service. She says timelines are hard to predict, but expects a months-long vetting process similar to the search for chief.
I never pre-commit. I don't like to do that because you just don't know. We will post it in the publications that generally are seen by people in the business of policing. And I assume that we'll probably tap the same timeline, so 5 to 6 months.
The board is also pressing the province over shrinking policing grants and released new response time data at today's meeting. Geniak says Windsor applies for every program available, but many long-standing grants have been reduced or cut, shifting costs to local taxpayers. The board also reported improved response times for top priority calls, while priority 2 incidents like break-and-enters not in progress are seeing longer waits.
That information is just basically, it's more of a designation for us for our dispatching purposes. And again, really, like if anybody calls the police, it's potentially an emergency for them, which is we certainly understand, right? But it's certainly a priority basis, obviously, but those get elevated or even they'll also get lower depending on information changes the other way as well.
When you call 911, every second counts, and Chatham-Kent is doing what it can to make those seconds go further. As CTV's Chris Campbell reports, the municipality has launched Next Generation 911, a system built to get critical details to police, fire, and paramedics even faster.
Next Generation 911, known as NG 911, is a major upgrade to how emergency calls are handled in Chatham-Kent.
I mean, for us, fire, EMS, the seconds is all that matters.
The new system allows police, fire, and paramedics to receive real-time digital information from callers, including more precise location data, helping responders get to emergencies faster.
Almost 80 to 85% of the calls we receive are all cell phones. So having that information, not only about the caller, but their location, is key in how we now dispatch and send out those emergency services to those locations.
We take all the information that the dispatchers are getting us, and we're already formulating that plan. So when these crews arrive on scene, they know exactly that hydrant that they're going to grab. They know the tactical position that they're going to take to fight this incident with the resources that they have.
For paramedics, that same data can mean beginning life-saving decisions before an ambulance even arrives on scene.
As of right now, we just get basic information. With texting and video that's going to come down in 27, we might be able to get a whole picture, which will definitely improve our response times and improve our responses medically for those patients.
The transition has been supported by nearly $4 million in provincial funding as Ontario modernizes emergency communications across the province. Municipal leaders stress the upgrade does not change how residents call for help, but what happens behind the scenes once that call is made. Eventually, dispatchers will be able to receive pictures and videos as 911 calls come in. A double-edged sword, says Police Chief Kirk Early.
Our communication operators are going to see more traumatic events once we flip over to the D2 side of things when we're getting videos and pictures. The fact that we're aware of it means now we can plan for it. And now we can prepare them, and well-being of our members is our #1 priority.
They say the goal is simple: clearer information, faster responses, and better outcomes when every second matters.
Public safety is #1.
In Chatham, Chris Campbell, CTV News.
A new report warns Canadians to expect higher grocery bills next year. A new food price report says a family of 4 will spend more than $17,000 on groceries next year, about $1,000 more than this year. 1/4 of Canadian households are now considered food insecure. Researchers blame the U.S. trade dispute, the end of Ottawa's tax holiday, and rising beef costs, with chicken prices also expected to climb. We wanted to know how this is impacting people in Windsor, Essex. Here's CTV's Bob Belichico with that story.
I think every year around this time we end up getting notifications that the costs are going up.
Linda Buzite is a buyer for Fred's Farm Fresh and is not surprised by a report that says food prices are going up next year. She says she has received 7 notices from suppliers of price increases starting January 1st.
Climate change, extreme weather, shortage of seasonal workers, shortage of acreage for growth. All the imports prices are going up, material costs have gone up, so suppliers are increasing their prices.
When I was young and I had children at home, I remember this made a big deal to me. So, I mean, I don't know what you can do about it, though.
The president of the Windsor-Essex Food Bank Association, June Muir, says the increase has a trickle-down effect, touching on their ability to help those in need.
Food banks are, relying on donations. So are people going to be able to donate next year? I mean, they're going to be facing their own increase in food costs, right?
The Windsor-Essex Health Unit has a cost of eating report on their website. Now, it costs a family of 4 almost $1,200 to buy essential groceries a month. A price increase next year would equate to about $83 a month.
When you have families who already are struggling, that will impact them. And we're really looking at people who are on minimum wage or social assistance that are going to be hit the hardest by any food price increase.
According to public health nutritionist Karen Bellamore, October's rise in the minimum wage won't help families digest the increases in food prices.
Minimum wage is, we're missing about $3, a little bit more per hour for an individual to have a living wage in Windsor and Essex.
I will be contacting our MPs, our MPPs to sit down and have a roundtable discussion on what this is going to look like next year and what is the plan moving forward.
Bob Belichico, CTV News.
The town of Essex is pushing for smaller recycling bins with Ontario's new program starting next month. On January 1st, Circular Materials takes over Ontario's recycling system, moving everyone to single-stream collection, all recycling in one bin. Mayor Sherry Bondi says the biggest question from residents is whether a smaller bin will be available. North York's mayor have already seen a smaller option, and Bondi says Essex needs one too, especially for seniors with long rural driveways. Windsor is also pushing for a smaller size. At City Hall, Windsor says its new downtown skating rink is just about ready to go. City officials tell us they are in the final stages of preparing the loop at City Hall, with full details set to be released tomorrow. The rink has been under transformation for weeks, with refrigeration equipment now tested and installation nearly complete. City staff say previously they expected to open the oval in early to mid-December. Students from 14 Catholic elementary schools stepped up this year, collecting thousands of food items, gifts, and toys for families in need. Today, those donations were packed onto buses for the 11th Santa School Bus Rides, supporting the Children's Aid Society and St. Vincent de Paul. Take a look.
You can hear the of joy here with Holy Cross's choir. Thousands of food items as well as thousands of gifts and toys and games. You can see here today at Holy Cross, every student is bringing over a gift and a toy that they're very, very proud of, and they know it's going to go to a needy cause and a family of need.
I brought some like Lego stuff. I brought some like toy trucks and stuff for the little kids out there. I brought some clothes and some random toys. I brought mittens and coats. I bought Barbie dolls and a Barbie car. I brought plushies and like toy kits. I brought pajama pants and makeup.
So it's really about that whole sense of belonging around the Catholic community, but also around Christmas time, making sure that we give to one another, the ones that perhaps are missing a little bit of the Christmas spirit, that could really benefit from a gift, a toy, a game, or even some food, more food items for their kitchen table this Christmas season. It's really a spirit of giving.
Hope you have a very happy Christmas, and I hope you love all of our donations. I really hope this helps all the kids out there who don't have a toy for Christmas.
Oh, thank you all so very much to helping everything out here. It's so good.
That is great. CTV weather specialist Rita Ismail has your full weather details coming up in 2 minutes' time.
Right now I know that I am between the three best in the country.
And still ahead, the inspiring story of an athlete who arrived in Windsor with little more than boxing gloves and a dream. Stay with us. CTV weather specialist Rita Ismail joins me tonight for a look at the weather. Rita, we're starting to make plans for Windsor's Santa Claus parade on Saturday. How bundled up are we going to have to be?
Well, good news, Travis. We're actually going to warm up, and I'm going to use air quotes because compared to today, it'll feel warmer on Saturday. That's for sure. Our high today, -2, but believe it or not, that was overnight. Since then, we've dropped throughout the day, -7, and we're expecting to go even lower than that to -13 overnight tonight. So definitely a chilly north Arctic air has filtered throughout southwestern Ontario, and we've been dealing with that for the last 24 hours, and it'll continue into Friday. Normal this time of year is 4 degrees. We're nowhere near that. Record 17 in 1941. Record low -14 in 2002. Now, as we head into the evening, you could see we remain under mainly clear skies here. That's thanks to a ridge of high pressure to the south, which was great news for us in terms of sunshine, but not so great in terms of the cold air mass that has just settled right across the region, with temperatures feeling about double that, so -14. You can see that low pressure system pushed out yesterday, and behind it that cold air and then the high pressure. We are tracking the next weather maker, another Alberta clipper that will swing through late day Friday into Saturday, and a similar pattern will set up. So a bit of cloud cover overnight tonight, but it should clear out by tomorrow morning. Friday will feature a nice mix of sun and cloud. And then there's that system dropping through, as you can see, not packing a lot of moisture, but it will push through late day Friday into your Saturday morning. The story with that will be similar conditions will set up. We'll have lake effect flurries off Lake Huron and the potential for colder air mass to move right back in. So tonight we are expecting to drop down. Tomorrow morning, you'll wake up mix of sun and cloud, -8 right off the bat, feeling -18. So bundle up as you take those kids out the door in the morning. Southwesterly winds out of the 20 kilometers per hour for tomorrow afternoon. So it will shift and will climb to -11, and the clouds will increase late in the day Friday ahead of that cold front. -2 is our high for tomorrow, and then at the 1 degree mark for the Santa Claus parade. So that's good news, and we're expecting to stay dry for most of the day on Saturday. Next chance for precipitation will be Sunday, and that will be some lake effect flurries that could possibly set up. And then we drop back down on Monday under clear blue skies. That'll mean we'll allow that cold air mass to move right back in. -4 the daytime high on Monday, so we remain in with the cold temperatures as we start next week. But the good news is, Travis, this weekend will warm up slightly.
Good news indeed. Thank you, Rita. Tensions flaring today at Queen's Park as the Ford government was grilled on a variety of issues. That includes its response to the layoff of 1,000 steel workers. CTV's Queen's Park Bureau Chief Siobhan Morris has the details.
It may be frosty outside Queen's Park, but inside the legislative chamber,
I'm going to start naming people.
The heat is cranked. The Ford government facing questions about the Skills Development Fund scandal and the layoff of 1,000 workers at Algoma Steel in Sault Ste. Marie. Ontario loaned the company $100 million, knowing the pink slips were coming.
When is this Premier going to stop holding the line and fire his Minister of Labour?
Madam Speaker, the only person that should get a pink slip is the Leader of the Opposition.
A response the NDP leader calls dismissive and callous.
He's not taking it seriously. He's making jokes when we're talking about the misfortune of 1,000 people, right? A really devastating impact on a community and an industry.
Algoma's transitioning to a kind of steel production that doesn't require as many workers, a process sped up by crushing U.S. steel tariffs.
The $100 million loan that we invested kept them alive long enough now to fight the future.
The feds also offered $400 million in loans, with no sign of an end to tariffs.
We'll continue to monitor things to support the industries that are hit the most by these Section 232.
But opposition parties think the agreement with Algoma should have come with more.
If the government had actually talked to the workers, there could have been a transition plan in place.
A day after poor EQAO results were released and the Minister of Education launched a review of learning, a challenge of the Premier.
When are you going to stand up for kids? Get out of your seat. You fired thousands of teachers.
Doug Ford hit back with the number of schools closed and staff eliminated under the Liberal government. And then...
We're actually teaching kids about STEM. You want to teach them about every wacko thing, left-wing radical thing?
The Liberals stress it's progressive Conservatives who've been in charge of education since 2018.
The math scores that you see, grade 6, grade 3, that's all on them.
The government's moving to accelerate 3 more bills through the legislature, including the Buy Ontario Act. There isn't a lot of time left for MPPs to weigh in, with only 4 days left in the legislative session. At Queen's Park, Siobhan Morris, CTV News.
And Provincial Labour Minister David Piccini has been embroiled in controversy as of late. As CTV's John Woodward reports, even in front of a friendly audience this week, he couldn't avoid the Skills Development Fund.
A standing ovation for David Piccini as he entered the ballroom for a speech at the Empire Club of Canada, a lunchtime speaking series for prominent Canadians that started over a century ago.
Our government is setting up our workforce for success for years to come.
Only blocks away, his party's management of the $2.5 billion Skills Development Fund being slammed in the legislature.
This Premier used to be a fierce opponent of the government gravy train. Remember that? And now he's conducting it. You know, toot toot, all aboard.
The kind of criticism that's gone on for months in a fund tied to an adult entertainment club and a dental practice claiming to treat the Ford family.
Let me deal with the elephant in the room.
That from Joseph Mancinelli, the leader of LIUNA, a union that benefited to the tune of tens of millions from the fund and sponsored the event.
Words like corruption are words that should never be spoken in the legislature, and quite frankly, those who are speaking those are the corrupt people that are ruining this province.
One Empire Club board member is listed as a partner in Rubicon, a lobbying firm. An analysis by CTV News found had represented clients that got upwards of $80 million in Skills Development Fund grants. She told us in a message she wasn't involved in this event, and the Empire Club said in a statement, programming decisions are made by staff within established governance processes. Safeguarding the integrity of our platform is a core responsibility. Piccini was asked about the Skills Development Fund.
Can you tell us a little bit about that decision process and what you're seeing that maybe we're not seeing in the media and the public?
Yeah, and I think this really stems, first off, I want to say, I have never skirted ministerial accountability. I am accountable as minister for the decisions that we make as a government.
Calls for accountability also coming from some on the right, including the New Blue Party.
Spending taxpayer money on basically corporate welfare, which is what they've done with the Skill Development Fund. It's hard for the general public to wrap their head around that because it goes against everything they've been taught from their parents and their grandparents of what the PC party is.
Jim Carahalio says this audience should wake up. but today they are applauding. John Woodward, CTV News.
Canada's main stock index was up on strength in the financial sector. In Toronto, the TSX gained 317 points, while in New York, the Dow fell 32, but the Nasdaq added 51. The Canadian dollar took a modest loss of 0.02 of a cent, and on commodity markets, gold gained more than $10 an ounce, and oil is up 72 cents a barrel.
Cancer Cause is back for its 22nd year.
Join us as we broadcast live from Devonshire Mall.
We'll be collecting cash and non-perishable food items for the Society of St. Vincent de Paul.
We need your help, generosity, and goodwill.
Visit us online for more information.
I don't know.
CTV News Windsor has launched a newsletter helping you start your day with the latest local news. By signing up, you'll get direct local content straight from CTV Windsor to your inbox, including top stories, the forecast, and videos. You can sign up at ctvnewswindsor.ca. Let's run through some local sports, starting with a Windsor boxer making a name for herself on the national stage. Sam Boombaka brought home bronze from the national championships in Winnipeg. The Border City athlete fought 3 times in 3 nights, beating the defending national champion before finishing 3rd overall. Her coach says she's now identified as a high-potential boxer with long-term Olympic aspirations, and she's already looking toward next year's nationals.
I knew I wanted to win this year, but I didn't actually realize how badly I wanted it. And then when I lost, I was like, damn, I really disappointed in myself. Let's get back to training and keep training, and hopefully I can keep developing enough to win next year. I really want the gold next year, hopefully.
And another Windsor boxer is earning attention after a remarkable road to the ring. Gabriel Rodriguez won bronze at Nationals just 3 years after arriving in Canada with little more than his shoes, clothes, and boxing gloves. The 22-year-old from Venezuela, now a Brampton Cup champ and one of the top fighters in his weight class, but says he's chasing gold next year.
I already beat this guy that I lost, but this time just for 1 point. Yeah, it was so close. It was so close to win, but right now I know that I am in between the 3 best in the country in 55. I could do better, but for next time, this gave me the confidence that next time I'm gonna make it.
On the ice, the Windsor Spitfires are holding their spot at the top, but not by much. Windsor remains first in the Western Conference, sitting just 1 point ahead of the Flint Firebirds, who still have a game in hand. The Spits haven't swept a weekend in 3 weeks, but they're continuing to stack up wins. With the trade deadline a month away, other contenders like Brantford have already made big moves. The Spits GM isn't saying whether trades are coming, only that the team is monitoring the market and wants to protect its chemistry.
There's no timeline. All we do know is there is a deadline to make the a transaction. Again, if the timing is right, we'll do it. But you just don't make trades either just because. But we have a good hockey club, and you do not want to upset any chemistry. Our coaches are well aware of these players, and there's value and benefit in that.
And it's Spitfires Knights week, one of the most anticipated matchups of the season. Windsor heads to London Friday before hosting the Knights at the WFCU Centre Saturday night. The matchup comes as both teams are pushing for positions in their conferences, and local fans are expected to pack the building.
Obviously, London's a tough place to play, and you get 10,000 fans, and we gotta make sure that we're ready and playing the right way.
The Western Conference, everybody's tight, and the difference between first and sixth place is 8 points, I think, right now. So it's very competitive right now, and we love it.
Discussion here at Windsor City Hall.
Windsor's top stories.
A major project is about to get underway.
Breaking news alerts.
Severe weather is a possibility.
And watch live.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us.
Download the CTV News app.
CTV weather specialist Rita Ismail is back with a look at the 7-day forecast. Rita, what are we working with for the next week?
So remaining on the cold side for tonight, Travis, definitely need to put on that parka tomorrow. I'm not exaggerating. It's going to feel close to -18 with the wind chill. First thing Friday, we are expecting to climb to -2 and then warming up for the weekend. And that's great news for the Santa Claus parade as it makes its way through Saturday evening. We're expecting to be sitting around 1 degree on Saturday and then dropping back down to the freezing mark on Sunday. Lots of sunshine to kick things off next week, but then it goes down from there. -1, mostly cloudy, chance of flurries and snowfall. Accumulative snow possible Tuesday and Wednesday, and then more Arctic air will push through for Thursday with wind chill values near -14. Travis?
Thank you, Rita. Finally tonight, an unbelievable story out of Virginia has been going viral on social media. Animal control officers responding after a raccoon broke into a store, ransacked several shelves, and passed out in the bathroom. NBC's Maggie Glass gets to the bottom of what really happened.
Early Saturday morning, an ABC store in Ashland was paid a visit from a rather surprising guest. This raccoon breaking into the store through the ceiling, damaging the security system on his way. Once inside, the party animal certainly made the most of his time with the liquor, leaving a trail of destruction in his path. Virginia ABC telling us there was around $250 worth of spirits damaged. The raccoon ending up, of all places, asleep next to the toilet in the employee bathroom.
I was just like, that is the funniest thing I've ever seen. At least he got to the bathroom when he passed out.
An officer with Hanover County Animal Protection and Shelter arrived at the ABC store in the morning and took the mischievous mammal into custody. After a few hours of sobering up, he was alert and unharmed, minus probably the worst hangover of his life. He was then released back into the wild. The shelter posting these hilarious photos on social media, and quickly the story went viral.
What I'm seeing on the post and all, it's kind of a lot of it's hilarious. Is this actually true? Things along those lines is April Fool's joke type of thing.
We went to the scene of the crime on Tuesday, and after conducting our own investigation into the matter, a crucial piece of information came to light. This animal very well may be a serial stealer. Neighboring business Rise Martial Arts says they too have fallen victim to a raccoon break-in.
It was up in the crawl space, like in the ceiling, and it went through in our break room, and it got into all of our snacks. It was all over the place. I was sent a lot of messages from my coworkers actually today saying, what if it's the same raccoon? So.
What do you think?
I would think so.
As it turns out, everyone in the area already knew about this rowdy raccoon.
My friends at Martial Arts told me. Seeing it so close to home, it's just like, cool, it's local.
As the story continues to go viral, Hanover Animal Protection and Shelter says they are welcoming the exposure.
What we do on a daily basis, because a lot of people don't know, or they always see the negative in things. And so, yeah, I was like, put it out there. Let's put it out there. So you can't make it up. It happened.
Hey, who among us? That's our time for tonight. I hope you'll join us tomorrow. For now, I'm Travis Fortnum. Take care.